So welcome to No Shame, episode 14. I had to lift the roof off and get a crane lifted in here. Is the blessing we have. We usually have a single seat here. John Phillips was talking about the cushion the last time he was on as well. So we made sure we had to have 3 cushions because this guy is not going to sit on 2 cushions. So he's a body lifter. He's I think a 2-time Arnold champion.
That's right.
Is it 4 times
IFBB overall champ.
Oh yeah, see, RTE is the only one that stars that my RTE space is staved up, and any digits after that, it's an RTE. I don't know it. So introduce yourself.
This is Blessing here. Second name is Awodibu. I'm a bodybuilder. IFBB pro, 2 times Arnold Classic champion, and right now currently on my offseason and open to make my pro debut next year. So that's why I'm looking a little bit fluffy now.
Did you
not see me in the ring last time, no?
I did see it. So yeah, actually, if you haven't checked this out, check it out. It's the Blessing gets his ass whooped off the cell. He doesn't. He does all right.
No, it's not like, not that bad.
No, it's not bad.
I put up a little bit of a good fight.
It's bad. No, he's in with a professional fighter, Peter. I call him the Cell Queely because he's tough as. He's Waterford's finest. Pretty tough man, isn't he?
Yeah, Peter, hey, look, if you're listening, you better watch out because, look, I got Paddy right here. By the end of today, he's going to give me a few tips and how to take your ass down, so I'll see you in 2 weeks.
My tip would be not to turn up, Peter. That's what I would say, you know what I mean?
Good advice.
So this is a nice, easy chat. We go back and forward. And you don't like, we can edit out as well.
Just cut it out.
But it's always better to keep it in, right? But it's not going to be your normal chat of like, so how do you lift? And I want a few things that I get messages, especially as guys that are coming on, guys that get a little whisper of who's coming on, and they ask me things, and there's some guys I just ignore, and some guys I take on board. But so where are you from originally?
Well, I was born in Nigeria, and I moved to Ireland with my family.
What part of Ireland?
Castlebar, County Mayo.
Sorry?
Castlebar, Mayo.
Oh, here's you the first time. Why
the heck you moved to Castlebar?
This is a No Shame original around here. So,
why not Dublin? Why Castlebar?
Believe it or not, I lived in Castlebar before as well. And I lived in Ballinrobe, a place called Ballinrobe.
Why are you tripping?
Yeah, I'm telling you now, off the Neil in Ballinrobe. I lived for about a year. I did with my aunt down there. And Mayo's a different level of people.
Oh man, yeah. To be honest, it's like it's so small and everybody know everybody.
Everybody knows. I can imagine you walking around Castlebar.
The biggest guy in Castlebar.
Everybody knows you, and that's big. And I'd say you have to probably fight your way to get that because the boys don't roll over down there, and you're not gonna have that. No. I mean, this big motherfucker walking around, they're like, why fight? Why fight?
Every now and then, I get there. Come on, I take you on, that kind of stuff.
100%.
Castlebar is a nice area,
I know it is. So what age were you when you moved to Ireland?
I moved over with my brother for better education, Okay. So, and during that time, my brother, the oldest in the family, it was working in Castlebar at that time, and with his wife. So we end up, staying with him there, So we stayed. I moved to Dublin in 2014. So from 2002 till 2014, I was living in Castlebar. I schooled there, and that's where all the lifting started.
Well, the lifting in Castlebar?
In Castlebar, yeah.
Oh.
And actually, one of the main reasons why I moved to Dublin was, due to the lifting, bodybuilding.
Okay.
Because after the living certificate, 2011, I entered my first competition, which was one of the Irish Spring Classic in Nationals. I did pretty well, and then I fell in love with the whole sport, and I wanted to take it to the next level. I mean, in Castlebar, there's no gym. It's like all these mini hotel gyms. Like there's no place to train, So a lot of things that I wanted to do, I can't do it because I don't have the resources over there because it's just so small, too small. So 2014 I decided to move to
I can imagine you walking in the
Dublin.
hotel managers like,
yeah,
them shipments of weights come.
A lot of times like, no, you can't get, you're too big now.
Them shipments of weights come because there's no weights left. You're like the real story of the guy off the Lions Tea ad, isn't it? You know what I mean? Put more weights on, there are no more. You know what I mean? That you're the original one of them because They'd be saying that there are no more. That's funny. Wouldn't be funny with this lad. So what do you weigh? What do you walk around at?
Like right now, I'm in my off season. You can see I'm a little bit fluffy.
If you get a bodybuilder and you ask him what weight he is, he will always say 4.
I'm 120.
In my off season, I am. They will tell you. It's like vegans. They will let you know.
I'm 122 kilos right now, and my competition weight will be around 108, 110.
Okay.
You know, so a couple of kgs above my stage weight.
Yeah, so eating wise, let's go through a few of this, right? And we'll do it one at a time. So what do we get right these days? And it's a huge, healthy, I think, obsession. But then again, young fellas have a concept that they don't really. A lot of them don't know what they do. Like obviously, I'd say I know when I started my sport, I didn't know what I was doing, and it take a lot of trial, a lot of error. I know there's no doubt when you started yours, it's a passion. It's something that takes you somewhere. As you said, it's already took you up to Dublin, and it's took you to Dublin. You're going to make the mistakes in it. So the thing I get is where young fellas these days, they hang around in gyms, and it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. When I was small, it was like 5, 6 Dutchies, and you know what I mean, around the back corner, and that was the place to hang around. But everybody goes to the gym now. I see young fellas walking up and down the road, and they're always going to the gym, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's
now,
right.
Some get bigger quicker than others.
Yeah.
So this is a thing that I feel with the youth. So, obviously you spent a lot of time in the gyms, and there's no doubt you get millions of questions about the advice of what's going on. Where I kind of be standing on the outside looking in, I get guys that are either, they ask me like they're really in really good shape, but they don't want to have anything to do with martial arts. Or I get guys that have came from say bodybuilding, and they're trying to get rid of all that to get agile, to get loose, to get movement. Where it is, I know it, for me, in MMA or in jiu-jitsu, the pleasure is being able to figure out the skill set, being able to break it down, make it more efficient, take somebody down, control them, and understand that's where my passion comes from. That's what gets me to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, what would you say to somebody, the guys that I'm on about, that they're trying to get big, and they're trying, like, why do you get big? What is this?
I mean,
explain it.
Like, you know, Ireland is very small, and not a lot of people have the knowledge what bodybuilding really is.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, bodybuilding is like it's an art. You know, we're like a sculptor. You know, where a sculptor will would have this division of maybe to sculpture something very beautiful. You know, you get all the equipment, the clay, the paint. Same as a bodybuilder. You know, as a bodybuilder right now, I have a vision of this beautiful physique that I want to bring to life. You know, so that's why I go into the gym, I train, I eat all this food, and then, you know, the end process is to have this perfect. And as we all know, perfection does not exist. Yeah. So it's like non-stop process. And in bodybuilding, if you compete in bodybuilding, like when you get on stage, right, you're judged based on how you look, symmetry, conditioning, and size. Okay. So, I mean, you have to have this perfect body. Everything got to be in proportion. Your arms cannot be too big. Your legs cannot be too big. Your waist got to be small.
So that's what's going on.
So that's what's going on in bodybuilding. Okay. And right now in bodybuilding, it's all about getting big, getting huge, you know?
Yeah, so it's the trends that kick in like that for judges. Even like there was a time in MMA where, well, it probably still is, where takedown scored so much. You know what I mean? Where is that? What scores so much now in bodybuilding? Because when I'm looking, to be honest, I'll tell you, I haven't got a fucking clue what's going on.
Like, I mean, you know, when you start on stage there, you know, it's everything. You know, the judges are looking for this, you know, perfect, this balanced physique. You know, right now,
balance, is it?
It's a balanced physique. You know, this perfect conditioning, perfect symmetry. The size gotta be there. You know, to win, you've got to have these things. You gotta have size, conditioning, and symmetry. You know, nothing cannot be too big, nothing cannot be too off. And the problem with this bodybuilding these days, like, I think guys are getting way too big. Like, if you go back to the 70s and the 80s, you know, these guys like the Arnold's times, the guys are just so perfect with a small waist, you know, big arms, you know, just perfect. You know, but now bodybuilders are just, it's getting out of hand. Guys are getting too big, right. And the bellies, you know, the blown out. And I think it's due to, like, you know, just people just, you know, it's like there's no control anymore. You know, they just want to keep going. They don't know when to, you know, when to stop. You know what the proportion is. And with myself, that's one of the things. That's actually what got me the victory at the Arnold, because I look totally different from everyone else. I had a small waist. I had this old school look. I was in the vacuum. my waist very small, so proportion was perfect. Proportion was there, you know. So right now I have this classic shape.
I've actually seen that picture. Yeah, that's the trophies in the middle of your legs, and that.
Yeah, that's one of the pictures. You know, so you know, bodybuilding is all about, you know, the perfect, the symmetry is an art, like a sculpture.
Would Arnold be the Bruce Lee to you? Is that what Bruce Lee would be to martial artists?
Yeah, like, you know, Arnold would be. Yeah, like Arnold's like, you know, my main role model. It's like the guy that I look up to so much. You know, like, you know, his story is very just so inspiring.
For anybody,
from a boy who, I mean, he came from absolutely nothing in Austria and then moved into US, got into bodybuilding, you know, from bodybuilding into movies, and now it's like then politics. It's now like the biggest name in the Hollywood. So it's kind of inspiring, and that's the kind of road where I'm heading. Like you've seen me making all these videos. I'm not just a bodybuilder. Okay. You know, I want to be able to get into other things. Like, you know, like if you see in my videos, like I made all sort of videos with different people.
I've seen one with Rory. That was a. We had Rory on as well. He was
I've made videos with him. Yeah, a few funny ones with him, and so I'm looking into, you know, taking that step that Arnold did. You know, maybe change bodybuilding, because I mean, right now, the picture that the world see bodybuilders as being very aggressive, angry, and they've got nothing else going for them except the body. You know, that's what I'm trying to change that. You know, like even half of my followers on social media, they have no clue about bodybuilding. They don't. Maybe a lot of them don't train, don't even like bodybuilding, but they like the fact that I include comedy into my lifestyle, into my sport.
So I was going to touch, because this is what I wanted to touch on. So the idea of what you are doing, as it, like I said to the guys straight away, that I didn't want to bring people on that were just kind of like fucking up the stock, if you must, you know what I mean? But the idea of what I called to yourself was from my man Yaya, and if you need any video done, Yaya will hook you up. But if Yaya does your videos as well,
he's the man. I mean,
so any video you see with Blessing as well, Yaya's doing. Any of my own will be Yaya. But Yaya, so introduce me to Yaya, and then I kind of start like looking at a lot of the stuff, and you're right. You've got a personality behind what you're doing. Same ideas with fighters. You can there's millions of fighters, and they all come across this aggressive guys, and then one or two pop out because of personality and because of that reason. But do you think that like social media is like especially Instagram is delved with these kind of people that are just bodybuilders that they now have the answer, and all they pump all day is you got to eat this, and shame on you for eating that and stuff like that, and it's all about, like, I get guys messaging me all the time, can you follow me, can you share me page, can you do, and it's like this big race for people to follow you. Like, why would you want anybody to follow you that you probably didn't want to follow you? So you obviously get probably these stun huns and stuff like that texting you, trying to get pump up there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, sure. Myself. I mean, like, if you look at social media now, it's just so much of everyone doing the same stuff, and they're trying to get these followers. They're so like desperate, you know, which it's almost not natural anymore. It's like just everyone just wanna. It's like they all doing the same stuff, and that's where I kind of things like, you know, me being myself and being unique and not being the same as everyone else. You know, social media is just it's crazy today.
Really, like literally the other day, I think I wouldn't say like a little spell of sadness. It probably did get a little spell of sadness. I woke up, had to go out and clear my head and all, and it was literally because of just start thinking a little bit about kind of like what's going on in the world and the idea of people. Like it's very hard to kind of trust somebody. It's even harder these days to trust somebody, and not even that, it's to find the real person of who people are these days, because a lot of guys, there's not a lot of people that portray who they really are. I'm fortunate that I get to kind of, like, sometimes people come to me as a coach and they talk to me, and it's like, whoa, totally different person outside who persona in the front of a class or in front of, and now listen, I wouldn't say I'm guilty of it myself, but I know that sometimes you're in the car park and you take a deep breath and you walk into the gym and you gotta kind of like, hey, what's up? It's not that you're putting it on, but you've got to be that person that's like able to talk to and get on with. You know what I mean?
That's it.
So down to what advice would you be giving guys regarding now? I don't know how it works. I know in the UFC you saw the test. So is there like there's a natural lifting process, isn't there? There's a natural competition.
Yeah, there's natural, and then there's one. I mean, like.
And now listen, I'll tell you my point of view on it before I go into it, because Tommy Tiernan says it best, where he says it. If they want to have a drug Olympics, I say fucking let them. You know what I mean? That's what he says. Them motherfuckers, they be running 100 meters. I'd like to see them stop. You know what I mean? But the idea is that there is obviously a huge amount of steroid use within bodybuilding.
Like in bodybuilding, I mean, it's like bodybuilding is like if you look at the guys who compete at the Olympia, you know, these guys, they're no joke. These guys are huge, and that's the name of the game. You know, that's what they have to do.
Big.
You know, they have to just get this crazy look, this conditioning, this size, which is it's to get naturally, it's almost impossible.
So this is what I'm saying. So does that kind of lead into, that's like the idea of what I'm talking about there, where like I want to look at somebody and be able to say, whoa, he got there, but without disturbing my thought of, yeah, but he used loads of steroids to get. Do you get what I'm saying? Because same as a fighter's skill level goes up. Wow, he did that because with his what he was born with. You get what I mean?
Like bodybuilding. You know, it's like, you know, that level of the sport is a lot of that. There's a lot of enhancements, and they have to do it.
But they have to work as well,
and they have to put in work. It's not just
exactly.
It's not just like a lot of people be like, oh yeah, sure, it's so easy, and I take this, take that. No, it's bodybuilding. It's not that easy.
So you wouldn't see it as encouraged.
No, it wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I mean, I get a lot of people like, you know, say, because I do a little bit of I used to do a little bit of personal training, and I get guys coming to me like, oh, Blessing, what do you think? I want this. Look, I make it clear to them, because I don't bullshit to people.
No, definitely.
I'm real. I'm like, I let them know, you know, what the story is. And look, I ask them, look, okay, where do you want to take this? Do you see yourself competing at Mr.Olympia? If you don't, and then you go near some shit, you're gonna regret it, because it's not for you.
This is my point, because I see all these guys around, as you said, like coming around with housing estate and stuff like that, and some get big quicker than others. And anytime I ever ask them, are you on that shit? And they're like, no. And they why can't if you can put it in your body? People are not stupid, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I know for a fact
that's what I mean. Like if you look,
stupid,
if you look at the guys that compare the Mr.Olympia, people are now stupid.
Yeah, there's a few guys out there now. One would be that would pop to my mind, that would be like naturally in good shape, and would be somebody that I'd say, wow, that's a really good physique. You know what I mean? The guy Brian that runs the Chopped. Did you ever see? So he would have been kind of natural. You know Chopped.
Yeah, I know Chopped.
Yeah. So the guy that runs that, Brian.
Oh, I'm not. I don't think I know.
He would be in really good shape, but he looks like a natural athlete.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well,
you can see it. So what I'm saying is you can see it. But I'm saying the guys in my estate, some of them are getting bigger than things. Now these are young lads, and they're putting some crazy stuff in their body. You go home and Google some of that stuff that they're putting in their body, man. It's like it can stop you having children. It can this stuff that happens.
It's a bad idea.
Is it true that people's Mickey shrink?
No. I think that's a no. I don't. Really? That's a
shows.
Really want to see Paddy?
We had someone else with our snake out the other day on the couch. No,
that's just a thing where it's a talk. It's a mate, whatever, you know.
So that's what they say.
That's what they say. People just, I don't know.
Is it not like
I don't know where that came from?
Something to do with estrogen or something like that in the body that starts people's nipples grow and stuff like that.
Like you know, if you get on some of this stuff, you know, you will see that increase in the female's hormones, which causes the estrogen, which causes their gyno. Yeah. You know, which is, you know, nipple being swole. So this is like, you know, some of the effect that you would expect.
And there's no going back from that.
There's a few ways of fixing it, you know, but
if you cut your nipples off.
Get a knife in the kitchen.
No ways of like,
get into the kitchen.
Like I get guys that come in training, and as I said, like they would have been bodybuilders when, because in Ireland, I don't know if it's past, but a big fad hit of, wow, we've got to get big. I've got to get big. Now, and the closest we had to steroids over here was about a bit of Tony Quinn protein. You know what I mean? That's what we
Creatine.
had. A bit of creatine. Now creatine was like, whoa.
That's fucking dry.
Oh, yeah, he's on the drugs now, he is, you know. But as I'm saying, even creatine, like kids don't, I won't say there's not a lot of education out there, but it's a lot of misleading where guys kind of forget the information and they look towards all these guys on Instagram and stuff like that, and they don't realise that, right, if I start taking creatine, my body's glands are going to go, right, you have enough creatine, and if you take too much of it, they're going to stop creating creatine, you're going to have creatine imbalances, like same with other stuff as well. When you put these in, your body's like, what the fuck
your
is
body,
that?
you're going through shock, and then your body, everything.
And not only that, right, this is the part where it gets me, and this is where I feel like, I won't say a lot of stuff has kind of came down, but it has to have to do with it, is emotions. So people don't realise you've got these young lads with loads of emotions running around their head, loads of insecurities, loads of pictures of what they should be, and then they start junking all of this stuff into their body, and then all of a sudden they look and they're, whoa, look at me, I'm massive. But then that's like a drug. It's the same thing as that wearing off, and all of a sudden you look in the mirror, and you're still in fascinating shape, but in your head you don't look as good as you think you look, which is the worst part for me. If you were a fighter and you were in shape but you were mentally weak, I'd say go and lift some brain weights, you know what I mean, or brain food, because if you're taking drugs in your sport, it's to get bigger. If you're taking drugs in MMA, which would be my sport, it's because you're insecure, and that
which is total.
It's not a good thing to have in a fight. Wrong, yeah. You want to go in and know I'm gonna strangle you, and you don't want to be thinking like, right, well the drugs kicked in and I hope they worked. And I don't understand them guys in MMA that do it, because I couldn't stand there knowing that.
I wouldn't even think like it's. I should. I don't even think it's. Is it that big in MMA?
Man, Anderson Silva got caught about 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean? That was like bleeding. Like Anderson Silva.
Fuck.
I cried. You know what I mean? That was like the Santa Claus situation all over for me again. You know, I know for other people as well. I have a mate and he's still not over it. And I said, I think you owe him some therapy or something. No, but a lot of fighters have been busted for it. That I've been like not shocked, but like, wow, I can't believe it. And then another fighters that all of a sudden when the USADA came in, actually I'm not here around on Tuesday, and you know what I mean, and they disappeared. And then you have obviously the John Jones situation where like most of the high level guys in the world, and then you have Michael Bisping. Michael Bisping didn't win a title until, I'm not saying Michael Bisping has done drugs, I'm saying Michael Bisping didn't win a title, right, and has been fighting for probably that has most fights in the UFC, most wins, and he didn't win a title until the USADA came in, until all the drugs stopped. Like you have DeSantis, like I haven't really seen him doing too much until the drugs thing came in, and I'll just call him out on it, like in a way of like, then
that's mad.
Then you have the obvious ones, but as I said, in your game,
in bodybuilding,
there's a reason to lift to get big, but then there's not a like if you're like taking drugs to hiss somebody, it's a different game. You know what I mean?
It's that's total. It's and just to a lot of younger guys out there,
this is something.
Who wants to like jump on this thing for no reason. You've got to have a reason. If you're gonna, if you don't have a goal to be one of the best bodybuilder in the world, you have no absolutely anything to do with this stuff. Don't even, because if you do, you're gonna regret it. Because there's a lot. I've worked in security before. I used to work in Dices. That's actually one of my last job. Dices in a nightclub.
Oh, right. Dices O'Reilly's, is that what it's called? That's the second name?
Yeah.
Dices O'Reilly's, isn't it?
Dices O'Reilly's,
yeah. Is this? Yeah.
I think that's, yeah.
Dices and I used to work there, and I used to, like, I seen these guys, like, coming to a nightclub. You can tell that they are on some, I don't know, on some shit, and then they be wearing these tight tops, and, they just walking around like this. These are the guys who were, making mistakes, like, they jump on this stuff just to impress girls, to look into a little bit of, to have a little bit of confidence, which is it's a no, it's a mistake. Like you see them walking around in a club like this, like no girls wanna, because you look retarded, and there are a lot of guys out there who are,
unfortunately,
jumping on this stuff just because of this.
Unfortunately, a lot of girls, I won't say, but a lot of, I just think it's a bad recipe for disaster, as well as because like
it is, yeah.
Like I'd say it'd hard to be, like I don't know, but it'd hard to be with someone I'd say that is using steroids, because it's like constant.
Yeah,
like,
it does get
to like cutting weight constantly.
Yeah, it gets to a lot of and it gets to a lot of people's head as well.
It gets to your mind. It kind of messes with people a little bit. But that's what I said. The youth being around a lot of gyms now, that would be my fear, that it would be seen to be totally normal to be using PEDs to just be an average Joe, you know what I mean? Because there's going to be repercussions with that in the future, and kids are going to slip into situations where they don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it, you know? Like, I think somebody in your position is in a good position to tell people that, you know what I mean? Like, I say to people as well, don't be smashing each other in a ring and a cage in the head if, like, do you ever want to compete around? No, we're just, like, hitting people in the head. I wouldn't do that, you know? It's a... Because you're probably going to end up damaged over time and they don't know.
Yeah, you're going to end up in a really bad place. I mean, if you're using this stuff and you don't know what you're doing, you've no proper reason why you're doing it, it's not going to end well, you know?
I appreciate your honesty, man.
I mean, it's for the elite, you know, bodybuilders, you know? Yep. It's the name of the game.
What is in some of them? Would, like, is it like... bull semen people do say, you know, these are myths that go around the world.
I don't know.
This is going to be debriefing myths, this show, you know what I mean? This is what people do say, I swear, like, is it, like, there's loads of kind of testosterone and stuff, like, is that what it is?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that.
Fuck, Christ, we could have went all day, we'll go all day on this, so like, what's next? What's next for you?
I mean, yeah, as you can, you know, I told you already, I'm in my off season and hoping to make my pro debut next year.
Okay, so pro would be... What age are you?
I'm 26.
26?
26, so we can say I'm in the world of bodybuilding, I'm still young, you know?
Okay, so what would be an old age in bodybuilding?
I mean, just you can compare to 50.
Oh,
there's a guy there still running the game, it's like 50... No, it's like 48, you know? So...
He's still running the game?
It's still doing pretty well at the top level, so... You know, so I still have the time on my hand. I don't have to do anything crazy. Just gonna take my time. You know, before last year, because I was competing last year, and I won nearly all my shows, and that's when I earned my pro card, including the Arnold Classic. Before that, I took 2 years off, just to improve the shape, just to bring a better package.
Big.
Get be bigger, you know.
Slimmer, vacuum.
Yeah, just to improve the whole package, especially bring up the legs, and because I mean bodybuilding, everything got to be on point.
100%. Because the rumor is you can't miss leg days. I say
no, you can't miss leg day. You can't spell legendary without leg days. So. So next year, make my pro debut, and we've never had any bodybuilder from Ireland to make it to that top level before. So I'm one of the first one to. Get onto the mainstream.
Oh, really?
But yeah. To get onto the mainstream of bodybuilding. So I'm kind of excited, and it's, it's. I think for me, I'm excited about the future. Because bodybuilding, it's a big business.
It is a big business, man. But I could just. I was having a little thing you floating around Mayo there for a second in my head. I'm just like, I can imagine. Have you got a girlfriend?
Yeah, I've got a girlfriend. Yeah,
she's from Mayo.
Yeah. Nah, she's not. She's from Glasnevin.
But I'd say when you first turned up in Mayo.
Actually, you know what? I was over there. I was over there for Christmas. No, was it for Christmas? I think Stephen's night. I was over there for Stephen's night, and to be honest, I felt like Conor McGregor.
Oh, really?
I went into a nightclub, and man, the younger guys, I mean, it was like camera, everything. They just like, it was just a lot of people trying to get photos,
Oh, really?
Because I have a lot of, younger guys looking up to me, especially from Mayo, because that's where it all started, when school there, so. It's kind of nice going back every now and then.
Go back down to the school down there and do a talk.
Yeah,
and make sure you say to them.
In the future, yeah.
Stay up off that PED shit. You know what I mean?
Stay away from that crap.
Yeah. Be a big motherfucker, but be a big natural motherfucker. You know what I mean? Robin, what's going down? You got anything going?
Yeah.
Robin, you're going to help us out with this, because Robin picks out some juicy news and goes through it, whereas it's...
some of the news from the week, yeah.
Some of the news from the week. There's some good shit going on as well.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. Just before I go into that, just a quick question for Blessing. Obviously, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a lot of similarities there. You look up to him, and your Instagram is quite funny as well. Like big following on that. Would you ever see yourself going into Hollywood? Is that a goal for you, or?
Yeah, man, it's possible. Definitely. I do think about that every now and then, because actually next year I plan to move to LA. I mean, it's just the opportunity out there is just crazy, and a lot of people actually want me to collab with them, the guys who are into the music industry, even some from the movie industry as well. They be hitting me up. But living in Ireland is kind of the flying over. It's kind of it's not so easy, you know. So hopefully, move to LA next year, and I hope
There's
to
a
get.
little group of lads now from Ireland that did all right, and I think all the American lads are flying over here now. If you check it out,
Is that right?
it's mixed martial arts.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I think you get your cards and flip them whatever which way you have them, Blessing. Maybe you should be more famous because you are from Ireland rather than
Maybe.
going into a big pool of fish in LA. That would just be my advice.
Yeah,
on it.
that's a good one. Now,
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying?
the whole idea of that is because most of my competition now will be in US. You know, I'll be competing there, and for what I do, it's just it's just a lot more doors over
But
there.
there's so many reaches over here now as well. You could be living in LA. I could be living in LA tomorrow from my Instagram. People wouldn't even know. With green screens in my room. You know what I'm saying? And that'd be it. But I'm just saying in a way.
Yeah, that's
like,
right. It makes sense.
The
Yeah,
reason being in Ireland, like you're 1 in 5 million. If you go over there, you're 1 in.
yeah, that's right.
You're 5 million in 55 million. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So that would just be my little bit of advice.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that you stand
wait,
out over here.
what-
I'd stand up at the top of the country. I guess some motherfucker to take a picture.
LA.
Take a picture down and see the comparisons of you to Ireland. You know what I mean?
So, yeah. Are you an Elvis Presley fan?
No, not really. I do a few Elvis techniques when I'm doing single legs against the fence, but
Okay, interesting. Because
overhooks and knees
Yeah.
in. You know what I mean? But
Joe Rogan was talking about it on Instagram yesterday.
all right,
Did you know that Elvis Presley was a black belt in karate?
I did know that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah. Because he put up a video of him training.
He's go. Hoo-ha.
Yeah.
Oh, what he was-
I bet you he had some pretty cool moves, but it was quite interesting looking at it. He started training
Karate.
when he was in the military in 1968 in Germany. When he came back, he continued it. He got to a 7th degree black belt. He got that high up.
All right.
There's a few questions over getting the 7th degree black belt because 7 was his favourite number and he really wanted to get it, but his coach was a 7th degree black belt and he couldn't give him that rank unless he was an 8th degree black belt.
Oh, of course, 'cause that's how that martial arts works. That's
Yeah.
how. Like,
Yeah,
I can't be one if you're not one. Let's make a new belt.
yeah.
I'm gonna be a bigger belt than you, but then you get my belt. This is a great idea.
So what happened anyway was his coach got his 8th degree belt. He gave Elvis his 7th degree belt, and then his coach got a Cadillac.
Oh.
So they're like saying, but like a lot of people say they trained with Elvis.
You just got a new car recently as well, Paddy,
I
didn't you?
did, you know that?
Right,
But I still had to pay for my fucking one. You know what I mean?
Nothing
Unfortunately.
to do with belts, no?
No, there's a little fucker called Bill, and he knocks on my door once a month. He collects a bag of that cash. Yeah, no, but so you're saying that?
No,
What are you saying, Robin?
I don't know. Well, like if he had a black belt, he must have been good. Like he trained for 15 years.
He's a black belt in karaoke for sure.
yeah, a bit more than karaoke, I think. Like
No, but I'd say so you kind
he
of
was
think.
wearing. Sorry, go on.
Do you kind of think that you kind of suggesting that maybe that Cadillac got his belt from him?
Probably sweetened the deal.
But that's a weird reason, isn't it? Like, I want to be a 7th degree because 7. Like, I don't have a favourite number or anything like that. Do you use
No.
colours? Like, maybe colour
Number
white.
9, maybe.
White is probably my favourite colour. I mean, like, there's no. I don't have a number where I'm like, oh no, I want that one because that's me. Like, did you ever see a woman in Father Ted, number 11?
Yeah.
No, I'm not just number 11.
So yeah.
But you know what? In traditional martial arts and stuff like that, I do find a lot. Now, and here's something. I want to attack traditional martial arts, but man, I probably watch more bullshit martial arts videos online than I watch actual real martial arts videos online. You know what I mean? Because some of them are absolute crazy, and I think like if you look at a big gang of karate guys or a big gang of kempo guys, try find one of them that's in shape. That's all I say, you know, because most of them are all barreled, like, or when I'm older. Yeah, but if your lifestyle is a martial arts lifestyle, you're probably going to be eating okay and training a little bit.
So you're trying to say that Steven Seagal isn't able to take down low lads?
Well, obviously Steven Seagal is different. No, he's
Different
got the
level.
Shit. He's got the, you know what I mean?
Got the hands.
No, but the idea is, I'm saying, like, a lot of the guys in these and are out of shape, and it's like, I'm a 55 degree such and such. Now, I won't take anything away from it. I'm not attacking the sport, I'm not attacking the times, but there's a lot of bullshit going on. What I say is, if you touch hands, bump fists like you and Peter Queeley did, it doesn't really matter
fun.
what kind of belt you are. Do you get what I mean? Like, in a way of
true, yeah.
Hey, that's what it is, because that's what's probably what's going to be going down. I think a lot of belts and a lot of organisations and a lot of different colour geese and a different goes on and on and on and breaks out now is because of, it's like people just protecting themselves and insecurities. They're afraid to commit to putting their product on the line, if you must, you know what I mean? But winning and losing in this game, whether you think outside influences and outside influences are, you shouldn't be fucking relying on that in any way, you know what I mean? Because you're setting yourself up for bad situations. But I think karate and a lot of this stuff where Elvis is like, I'm the king of the world, I'll be fucking 7th degree if I want to be.
That's a good impression.
That is, isn't it? I used to do good Elvis. Probably don't ask me to do Australian or Glasgow or that like that, because it just mixed together.
The big crisis in the UK this week, KFC. Have you heard about it?
No.
So KFC have signed a new deal with DHL to deliver their chicken. DHL didn't realise how popular KFC actually is. So most of the restaurants this week across the UK are closed because they've no chicken.
Are they delivering? Oh right.
And
Are they
people-
delivering like uncooked chicken or?
Yeah, so they deliver it to them.
All right.
And then
I thought they were doing
obviously
takeaways
it's-
now with DHL. What the delivery men?
Yeah, DHL, they just like, and KFC were warned. They were warned not to switch because like there was concerns that this might happen, and everywhere across the UK has lost their mind. Like, people are going on social media. The police have come out on social media and said, like, stop phoning us. This isn't.
The police.
Yeah. People are phoning up the police, going, "Where's my KFC? This is an outrage." Like, people are like going, "I've had to go to Burger King." Like,
Oh no.
crisis.
On that, yeah, I just need to ask the question. Blessing, what's your diet like? How much do you eat a day?
I mean, right now I'm eating quite a lot. You know, a lot of carbs and a lot of protein. So my carbs will probably be around say 700 grams carbs daily. It consists of rice and porridge, and protein maybe around 300. Consists of red meat, fish. What else? Chicken.
KFC.
No, chicken. No, not KFC chicken. Knock that shit off.
Yeah.
And a few protein shake a day.
A few protein shakes a day. That has to be the hardest part of eating, does it?
Eating right now, it is the hardest part. Because most of the times, right, I gotta force myself to eat.
And you gotta, and prepared and your stuff.
Gotta
and all of that,
prepare, yeah, and like I've been offered for a company to prepare my meals for me, like as a company there, IP Food. It didn't work out, you know. I like preparing my own food to my own taste. You get me?
Right,
you know, so
I fucking take it.
so I enjoy cooking.
Take that dinner in front. I do not enjoy cooking. Throw that dinner in front of me and I'll eat it. I'm a council kid. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it used to be Rice Krispies. Put it in front of me, I'll wolf it down.
Man loses all of his childhood memories because of a rare condition. So this guy was 16, and I think he's in his 20s now, but it happened to him when he was 16. Just one day he had this swelling of his brain, and forgot like everything that came beforehand. So he had to relearn everything. Like,
shit.
He didn't know who his parents were. He didn't know who his siblings were. He didn't know how to walk. He didn't know how to speak. And he's sort of back up to speed now. Where was it? He was working for... He had a good
That's
job.
crazy.
Like, yeah, coming home one day and just to hospital, woke up, couldn't remember anything, like baby again at 16.
Straight out.
Can you walk?
He can do everything again now. He's back.
Ah, okay.
What a comeback. Like, he's back in work and
Did
everything.
he get his original memories back?
No, they're gone.
They're complete.
He just has to live with that. They're gone forever.
So like you wouldn't be able, like the first time he lost his virginity and stuff like that would be
Yeah.
gone. Like, you know what I mean?
His sexy girlfriend.
Yeah, the first or probably maybe only good looking
Yeah.
person that was
If
with
that was me and I lost my memory, I'd be like, yeah, I must have banged about 300 chicks. But I can't remember now. So, and they were all like 10 out of 10 as well.
And like that's it. Like so, like what about like his dogs and stuff like that? Imagine coming home and your dog's like, you're like, get away, man! I don't know who you
Fuck
are.
you.
That would
Yeah.
freak me out, man. More than anything else. More than me
He was-
children.
He was saying mentally it's a challenge, but you just one of the hardest things was just to accept that he was never going to get those
And he was
memories
going to
back.
have to do it again. Because that's like we had the conversation, wasn't it? Trying to remember something that you've never remembered before. That shit put you to sleep, man. And you know, try that. Try when you're trying to go to sleep. Try to remember something that you've never remembered before. Put yourself into a situation
I've never tried it.
where you were, right, in your life that you do remember. And then try to remember something from that situation that you never remembered before. It's like playing Netflix in your head, man. It's deadly.
That sounds crazy.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
I do it with jiu-jitsu all the time, and all of a sudden I'll be, oh yeah! So in the middle of a room, people are like, what? He's looking at, I was single-legging someone or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a fucked up situation, but it is things like that where you're like, man, be grateful for what you have, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Because like some people need their memory erased, I'd say. You know, if you could do it as like a Men in Black thing, I'd say some people would pay for it.
Absolutely.
Like some people would,
Yeah.
but then I know, like my childhood is, as I said, it's like episodes of Netflix. Sometimes that was deadly. You know what I mean? You just go there in your head.
Yeah.
Do you know that, Shane? I say you were a wild one.
I try to forget some of the stuff that happened.
Draw that was Unforgiven and then there's, you know what I mean?
Badass.
Drogheda is still unforgiven.
However, a childhood memory that you remember, that the furthest one, Blessing. We'll do everyone in the room real quick.
Oh,
right?
man. Shit.
As furthest you can remember.
Oh, shit.
He might have a touch of that. He has a touch of that coming on, he does.
Do you know what? The funniest one was I remember playing wrestling with my brother in a backyard, and he had me in do you know Chris Benoit?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and he, there's like a, I don't know, I can't remember
Cripple
what
that crossface.
Yeah, crossface. He had me in the crossface, right? Man, I was tapping I must be tapping for like a minute. It won't let go, and I pissed myself. I did.
I like it. That's his no shame question. We give him that one.
I remember running inside, changing my clothes.
That's messed up. Yo, do you know what? That's actually just touching on a while there. That's messed up. That's a PED guy would be on about that, like they couldn't take the road rage or something. Like did he not like have a situation where he killed his whole family or something?
Oh yeah, Chris.
Yeah, that's
He killed his whole family, man.
They think that because one of his moves was jumping off the corner and headbutting people, basically jumping whatever height that is, 6 feet off the ground, head first. And he did that his whole career, and they think, do you know the concussion? I don't know if you saw the Will Smith movie. That his brain was like a 70-year-old man's brain when they did the autopsy. He just basically lost his mind. That's what they think.
That's what they say. Look,
That's
even
what
for fighters get it the same thing.
Oh, that's crazy move. It just
bounce your
hands
head.
at the side,
insane move.
like this, you know.
That's crazy. But my oldest childhood memory would probably be running into my sister's room, calling her something abusive in any way, you know what I mean? And I turned on my heels, and my sister was older than me, and my sister was crazy. My sister was younger on the road that would bash the lads, like, you know, like she broke a fella's arm and all on my road, like. and my mad back her up. This guy's at home going, he's not lying! Like, my mum stabbed one of the boys in the road with a fork before. It's a true story.
No
But
way.
I'm running down the stairs and I'm at the corner of something abusive, and all of a sudden I woke up at the end of the stairs. Right? She was at the get a Lynx can, whoop, and hit me right on the back of the head, and halfway through it I just bang, switched off and was knocked out. I woke up like my legs were still on the stairs, half my body was in the hall. You know what I mean? Fucked up situation. That's probably my earliest memory because it was traumatic. Shane?
It's like Blessing there. It's very difficult to think of something on the spot, isn't it? It's kind of, it reminds me one of the worst things in terms of thinking of stuff. It's like in rugby, you used to be called up to sing a song at the top of the bus. You used to dread it because you think of a song, you just right, yeah, I know the words. When you get to the top, you completely blank. You look like an absolute fool. That's how I feel now. No, I was thinking, I suppose going back when I was a kid, just messing with my dad out in the front lawn, he used to kick Gaelic ball up into the sky. And would go as high as the trees in the garden, and I used to think that is unbelievable. I wish I could kick the ball as high as that.
Yeah.
And now when you're an adult, you're kind of like, oh, actually wasn't that high.
No, but that is
yeah.
I think that must be part of being a dad, I'd say. Like, we have them abilities before you're kids, so yeah, like, whoa, look at him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Robin?
One of my earliest memories, probably not the earliest, but it was probably the most vivid memory that I still have. I was around 6, I was riding my bicycle at the time. I was riding my bicycle at the time. It was a hand-me-down, so it was a pink bicycle. Like I'd only just learned how to go without stabilizers. Like, so I was flying around, and then I just remember jamming on the brakes, like staring into space. Probably the first time I ever went down a rabbit hole. I just couldn't believe the fact that I couldn't really remember anything that had gone previously. Like, do you know when you're 6 years old and you're born and all that, and it just kind of hit me, and I was like, whoa, like I actually can't remember how I got to this point, like. And it was just the craziest thing at that age, because you're so young and you can't process it. And then I started thinking, like, my parents had this whole life before I was even around, and like, to think what the world was like before I was here, and it was just something really weird. I was just sort of like, I just couldn't physically like or mentally just like take it in, and I was just sort of like, that is just crazy. Like,
but he is right. Like, I remember, like, I had that conversation with one of my mates, and I'm saying to him, like, now he's not the kind of mate you want to have that conversation with, because he's kind of like, shut up, will you just be quiet for a second. You know what I mean? But I said to him about, like, where were we before we were here? Like, in that little moment, where exactly in the whole situation? Don't you answer, yeah. Where were we in the whole situation of before we were here? And you know what he said to me? A nutsack, Paddy. But there has to be a little situation where you're ready to eject. I don't know, we're going
I'm ready to come out.
We're going too deep with that. One more there, Robin. One more.
Just on the subject of nutsacks, is it? You were saying, does it shrink your Mickey? Is it your balls? Do they shrink your balls?
Yeah, something with the testosterone. You know, it does. Yeah, mess about with the balls.
Estrogen thing. I'm probably wrong, but I think it's to do with an estrogen thing, where your estrogen level goes higher, and all of a sudden your body thinks. Like,
the estrogen mess with your nipple area.
Nipple, is that what it is? It's not.
Yeah, it's a women's hormone, so you know.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Makes
you. So it's kind of your body's like, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I don't know what's going on.
Blessing. just sorry, going back onto. I'm just very interested. I'm big into bodybuilding and think it's a fantastic sport.
As you can see.
You're talking about your pro debut. Do you know where that will be?
I think it's gonna be in US, but I haven't picked a show yet.
You pick yourself. You're not told by them.
No. I have to pick a show myself. So there's like, you know, hundreds of shows, and I have to be kind of smart. You know, I can just jump into like the main, you know, the big shows. I have to be smart and pick the right show. You know, because there's a level to this thing.
and the experience, I suppose, being on stage is an extra thing people don't think about, isn't it? Like you're composing against some of the best.
Some of the best, yeah. We've been doing it for like years, so the experience goes a long way.
You get a lot of points for posing as well, do you?
Posing, yeah, you get so much. I mean, everything's all about posing. Doesn't matter. You might be like, you know, the best shape on that day, but if you can present yourself in a way that the judges would just go, wow, you're gone. You gotta be able to present yourself, show your weak points, hide your show your strong point, and then be able to hide your weak points. You know, so
if you don't got it, don't hit it.
That's it. If you don't got it, don't hit it. It's a lot goes into the presentation on stage. It's actually mainly all about presentation. Once the diet is done, the training is done, now it's down to presenting this physique on stage. So you gotta do your homework on that, because if you don't, you can go down.
And end goal, first Irish Mr. Olympia.
I get lured down on social media like, Blessing, yeah, you know, go, you can do this, you can win the Olympia. I mean, I believe it too, man. I mean, you gotta have a vision. You gotta visualize. You gotta see yourself out there. I mean, like Arnold would say, you gotta be able to see it, have the courage to speak it, and it will come to pass if you believe in it and work hard enough. You know, so I mean, I see myself up there. I see myself being Mr. Olympia. And I'm working really hard every day in, day out, you know, so I can do it, and maybe we can have first Olympia bodybuilder, you know, ever, you know, so it's possible.
I agree. And you need to see that answer, perfect that answer. Just say yes.
Yes.
Less is more, Paddy.
Less is more. You know what I mean? I'm telling you now. That's what that. Yes.
Yeah.
And whoa, that'll bring the chill.
Just to finish up, before we go, just interested to know your opinion on UFC gone just there. There was some
Do
good
you know what? I
fights.
didn't get to watch too much. I didn't get to watch too much of it. Just clips back on. But Donald Cerrone
Look good again.
looks impressive, and like going in off the back of a few losses as well is probably not too. You're like, am I getting old? Am I past? There's loads of questions going on there and insecurities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So fair play to him pulling it out of the bag like that.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
and it was
No,
impressive. Like to me, that's what I like to watch. You know what I mean? The idea of landing proper combination shots, seeing how they land, seeing how they walk, and learning from them as well. You know, but yeah, I didn't get to watch too much of it this week, but you got to watch a few grappling matches and I enjoyed them. There was a few grappling events on this week as well.
Oh yeah.
The Polaris and stuff like that was on. So Jake Shields was against Jones. So Craig Jones. Craig Jones submitted him actually.
Why?
And I think it was an armbar from Z-Guard, and it was a very sexy armbar as well. If you must have, it was slick.
Jake Shields is unbelievable.
Yeah, part of it's just the scrap pack. I think he's part of. He's had a long time wrestling, but guys are getting so good. Grappling is different now. You know what I mean? There's guys that are like say purple belts and brown belts now that are like would probably slaughter a lot of the past guys' belts below it. The game always gets bigger and always gets better. You know what I mean? But there's some slick guys out there now, like Lee Hammond, for like just to watch him. One of the SBG guys, even like on the local scene, to watch some of the jiu-jitsu stuff that he does broke down, is you can learn from looking at it, you know, and that's what it's about. I love it. Slick.
Did you see Nate Diaz?
Oh, gonna light up the spliff?
Yeah.
Good man. Stay that spliff though.
It's not a real split.
That was a real spliff.
No, but the way he could have been rolled better.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was real.
Is
But not his best one, maybe.
Maybe not his best one. Yeah. You need to get that practice in, there. You need to get that practice in. No, but fair play to him. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, and the way he did it was like a magic trick.
Like a G.
Whoop! Elvis sleeve into his hand. Mommy. You know
Do you
what I
think he
mean?
practiced?
Of course, yeah. That was practice.
He
Well,
nailed
Elvis
it.
sleeve he had it. Whoop! Straight out. You know what I mean? Look,
Brilliant.
it wasn't a bleeding blade.
Considering he always wears t-shirts.
Do you know what? That's a theory.
Definitely practice it.
Do you know what someone said to me yesterday? We'll finish up on this, right? My man cuts my pizza into triangles. What? That's what he said to me. My man cuts my pizza into triangles. How does everybody's man? And he's like, oh, no. Rectangles. And that was fucking weird. You know what I mean? So that was No Shame. Episode 13, was it?
14.
14, episode 14.
Get the number right, Paddy.
Then my man Blessing coming in and sharing some knowledge and the idea of answering some awkward questions. Yeah,
That's right.
And he did get a couple of crossface. Did he piss himself? So make sure that you get him at the next time.
My man Paddy, good to see you
Really
too.
appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you for having me.
Wrapping it up. Catch us next time.